oops. That's the trick. You get the oops out of the way first. Good morning, folks. It's nearly 10 o'clock AM. Monday the 14th of October 2024. Christchurch, New Zealand. I had cause to go to the South City small shopping mall the other day. I wanted something at the $2 shop, which is now the $2 plus things or something, because only some things are $2.50 and other things are $5 and $10, but that's what the $2 shop is nowadays. So I took a bus part of the way and walked part of the way. I need another drink already. And I ended up, because I came from where the bus had dropped me off, I approached them all from the opposite end to the $2 shop. And as I was walking past, there was a family, clearly it was mum, dad and two teenage kids. There's one or two seats set up, just wooden park bench type seats set up inside the mall. I was sitting there and I saw them with a shopping bag and putting in the shopping bag what they'd taken out, obviously, as Crocs, as in the rubber, plasticky rubber sandal shoes, which have gained in popularity in the last 20 years, since they became first developed, or invented, devised. I'd actually walked past them and I walked back and said, "Excuse me, where'd you get the Crocs?" And they said, "Oh yeah, the shop just along that way." Fair enough, thank you very much. So I walked just a few shops along, and it's only a small mall at the best of times. And there was a footwear shop of some kind. It was just footwear. I stopped at the door. The door was open, obviously. It was inside the mall. The roller doors open all day long once they open up. And there was this display rack, a tall skinny display rack with jandals on it. Of course, jandals in New Zealand are known in some other countries as thongs or flip-flops. And in many countries they're only worn maybe in the bathroom or around the swimming pool, something like that. But in Australia and New Zealand they're almost national footwear for even going outside. Certainly when I lived in Western Australia, I wore what I would call jandals, but what Australians would call thongs, 99% of the time. Obviously, certain jobs require steel cap boots, or safety boots of some kind. If you've got a formal going out outfit, you've got some nice dress shoes of some kind. But anyway, a tall skinny rack with thongs on it. Sign, special. Was $60, now $50. $50 for thongs, or jandals. I should have stopped looking then, but anyway, I went inside the shop. There was a very polite young man in there, drew himself to my attention, and as I'd walked into the shop, which was full of mostly sort of sneakers type modern shoes, there was a rack, a wall display of children's size Crocs, the plastic rubber shoes. And I said to the bloke, I can see you've got the children's sizes, do you have the adult sizes? He said, yes we do. Good, we're on a winner here. He came out from behind the counter, pointed to the other wall where there was a display, and they had a range of colours, and in clearly adult sizes. And he said at the time, they're 10% off at the moment. He said, and that's the biggest discount we're allowed to give from the supplier or whatever, but they're 10% off at the moment, and that's the biggest discount that we're allowed to give. So he and I walked over to that part of the wall display, and I need to go and turn off that alarm. That's to remind me that a nurse is coming later. So we go over to the wall display, and he said, what colour did you want? And there was a range of colours. Good, good. Often in the past I've bought them at the warehouse, and there's no colour choice. There was a colour choice. What colour did you want? The cheapest, I said. Mate, I'm related to Mum. Grew up partly in Scotland. That Scottish blood's there. The cheapest. They were all the same price, he said. I said, good. I almost clapped. We're on a winner. How much are they? $19, he says. I said, pardon? Was that $19? 90, he said. 90, as in like almost 100. I said, mate, for $90, I would buy myself a pair of steel cap boots and walk around wearing them. It was then I looked up closer at the sign, and it said Crocs TM, which means trademark. I said, aha! I said, trademark Crocs. Therefore, they've got to pay for the lawyer's fees for the trademark. Of course, I lived in Australia for many years. And as I say, jandals are literally a national footwear in Australia. And then it was while I was still in Australia, it was only a few years before I left and came back to New Zealand, that these Crocs first became available. I think they first became available in like the garden, the departments like Bunnings, which also sell some safety boots and some rubber gum boots in the garden department and that sort of thing, and in shops that sell things like rubber gum boots. You know, they're good for people like cleaning out swimming pools or doing other things where you can get wet and still have secure footwear, and it will just dry out afterwards without damaging the footwear. So yeah, normally I've bought them at the warehouse, but now they're all cheap Chinese made. Sometimes you buy them at the warehouse, and the last time I bought some, I think they were $15, $12 or $15. I think I've got them cheaper in the past. Some have lasted literal years, and that's walking several kilometres a day, most days of the week. And other ones have worn out right through the holes in the sole of them, just worn through within less than 6 months. Clearly different manufacturers are using a different formula of the rubbery, plasticky rubber that they're made of. Some of them wear out quicker than others. Anyway, I never actually took a photo of the $50 jandals or the $90 Crocs, but anyway. I went to the $2 shop, had a look, ended up not getting anything that day. A couple of days later, I went back to the $2 shop because I really did need something from there. And as I was approaching the shop from the other direction, I saw they had some window displays, printed posters up, indicating that they had Crocs for $5 a pair. Not the Crocs trademark, official brand, off-brand. I went in there, I selected the thing I'd gone in there for. I went up and down every single aisle. I could not find these $5 Crocs. Finally, I went up the little makeup aisle, which is near the cash registers, because I'm guessing that gets pilfered the most. And I was looking for pump packs of liquid soap. which they did not have in with the shampoo and the other things they had. And I thought I'll have a look in the makeup area. And lo and behold, there in the makeup area, they had Crocs. They had a limited range of colours and sizes. They had some black, some grey, and some are sort of off-white, creamy. $5. Made in China. Now, I don't know, are these going to wear out in 6 months, like some of the warehouse ones, or in several years, like some of the warehouse ones? But these are basically my going out footwear, and they do give you a little bit of protection when you stumble over something and on the footpaths, irregularities, and things like that, where if you're wearing just plain jandal, thong, flip-flops, if you trip over something, you stub your toe terribly bad, there's normally lots of blood. Anyway, I thought you might want to just be interested to hear of my adventures. So some people, they've got plenty of money, they choose to pay $90 a pair, or $100 if they're not on special, for brand name, trademark, registered, Crocs. And the warehouse is often out of stock of them. They've got the children's sizes, but they're often out of stock of the adult sizes. And I got the these ones in a, well, off-white colour. It's hard to tell the colour under artificial light, but anyway, the sort of off-white colour. And I got some black ones as well. And I got them in, there were 2 slightly different sizes. You can go a bit smaller, a bit bigger. It depends what you feel like. If it's wet, if you're walking outside and it's a bit wet, you're better off with the tighter ones. They don't fall off so much. They do have the ankle restraining strap. But if it's a hot day, you generally want the slightly bigger ones. So. Alright folks, I just thought I'd tell you my adventures, and that's all. I've waffled on for long enough. The nurse is coming to see Mum. Cheerio, we'll get this up on the internet. No offence intended to the nice salesman at the shop, but I don't think it's a shop intended for people like me. It's a shop intended for people who want to spend $90 on the cheapest shoes they have, or $50 on jandals, just to wear in the bathroom, inside as slippers, outside if you're not worried about stubbing your toe, or at the beach, or around the swimming pool. Cheerio, folks.